have enough space, like on my phone. Anyway, we were talking, and I'll probably post the first half of it, but here's what you missed on Glee. The universal mind tapping in. What did the other humans want certain humans who may tune in to hear? They want you to hear that this is a time of great change, which you may be feeling, and you may be feeling it through a myriad ways, such as tiny injuries, cuts, bruises, bumps, and feeling disoriented. Get medical treatment if you need it. But if it's only a slight thing that you're feeling, but it feels slight off, off enough that you're questioning it, the universal mind, the collective, is supposed to be informed by our higher selves, and our helpful beings that are our brethren who are watching out for us, that it's okay for now, and it's temporary, and it may have kicked up most recently around the time of the full moon, which was July 29th. Today's July 31st. It's Friday. Wow, it's July 31st. What the heck? I don't know where that went. But cool. I hope everybody is having like a really awesome summer. I am having a fantastic summer. I got married last week. Wait, what's today? Oh yeah, a week ago. It's my week-iversary. Baby, happy week-iversary. And it's almost sunset, so there you have it. So for those who care to know about my love story, and I hear people are interested, I hear through the grapevine, my husband Luke, I'm hearing it for the first time, guys. I don't know why I haven't heard it yet. Okay, now I'm hearing it. So my husband Luke, before he became my husband a week ago, we had a really cool whirlwind of a month. I had been really super, super busy at work and with Alex finishing high school, and us moving. So that was kind of like a triple whammy of really big things. And I was kind of super busy, and we had been trying to figure out how we could make arrangements to get married, and then moving was expensive, and having a kid is always expensive because there's always things, especially one who's coming into an adult. And we were like, we don't have that kind of cheddar. So at about this time, I was like, oh my God, I'm so exhausted from work. I need to just squeeze in a little breathing room so that I can come into our recruitment period refreshed. I'd been really grinding. So, the stars aligned, and I was able to take this day to this day off, and it happened to be last week. So I told Luke, and he was like, well, I've never really taken a week of vacation, and I want to take a vacation with you. That'd be amazing. And I was like, all right, well, I don't object, but I just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I wasn't making any plans. So, he requested the same days, and weirdly, immediately was granted them. So we just kind of like were, okay, well, that just came together really nicely. And it felt good. It felt like for the first time in a long time, doors were opening for us and welcoming us to like continue on. So the saga continues strangely, backing it up a month or two or even 3 before. Luke had been commissioned to do a painting, and the person lived up in Burlington, Vermont. And for the past 6 months or so, I have been talking about being interested in Lake Champlain. I wanted to explore it. And weirdly, this person who commissioned the painting lives on Lake Champlain in Vermont. I shit you not. Anyway, so I say to Luke, you know, if you get your painting completed before our vacation week, you and I could skip up there for a day or two, check out the area, be tourists, and deliver the painting in person. So we did. And while we were up there, we also hatched a plan to get hitched. You know, we decided to elope, and it was a lot of fun. So that's enough of that story for now. I'm more excited about the fact that it all came together. So now that the energy's a little bit lighter, following my little bizarre story about myself, you didn't come here to hear about me. Yeah, I think it's really important that people understand that some of the weirdness that they're feeling is not personal. That's important. It's not personal. It's not about you personally, but it might feel personal. And people might do things that seem directed at you, but they're not. And it's okay for you to take a breath, take a step back, do some self-care and not care. It's okay for you to care less, especially if something would normally lower your vibration or hurt you in some way, to take it personally. If it's a compliment, take it personally. If it's a compliment, take all of it in. Enjoy that energy, because we all need it so very much. Okay? If nobody's told you today, you're fucking cool. You're cool. You're doing some things with your life that are very interesting, and you should probably be sharing about it like I'm sharing right now. Maybe somebody needed to hear that. I'm also hearing that if someone is passionate about doing something and they think it's a bit risky, and for some reason it's coming up as like being a manicurist, like doing nail art. I don't know how that's risky, but maybe it feels risky. There's, Spirit is saying it's okay. It's a more lucrative venture than you're believing it to be, and it will be a more necessary item in the future, because people are likely to start taking more care of their personal appearances and doing things such as going out and getting their hair done and getting their nails done and doing these beautifying things in addition to doing them for animals. I know we're seeing that trend, but it's like, this is almost like a personal message to assure someone that that trajectory is actually more solid than you might believe. And this also applies to anybody who is contemplating any kind of a move that would be seen as risky by any count. Doesn't have to be that, hey, I'm afraid to be an artist because I think it's too impractical, or I won't be able to make a good enough living and then I'll struggle. So it doesn't have to be like that. It could be on kind of level. All right, anything else? I don't want to tie these fine people up on a Friday night if there's nothing. Getting ringing in my left ear, so some people might also be experiencing some spontaneous tinnitus and they've never had it before. For me, the tinnitus kind of like popped up a few years ago and it really hasn't gone away. And it's not like I have a diagnosed condition of tinnitus, guys. I have a ringing in my ears that is occasional and is distinct. Different tones, different intensities, different times that it comes up. So if you're experiencing that, these are what some people know as ascension symptoms. You can look that up if you're interested to learn more about it. And if you're bothered by it, you can also get medical treatment to see if there's anything to be done about it. Don't Don't you guys hate when you're behind like a huge box truck and you can't see the light? Like, is it red? Is it green? Is it yellow? I can't tell. He's stopping, but like, what if he's just, I don't know. I can't see the light. Can't see the light. Yeah, so also keeping your faith high, keeping it up. This is something I talked about in the video I recorded, but I ran out of memory on my phone. They were talking about, and I'll just reiterate it so I don't have to share the other video, the energy around you, the objects, the people, the situations, the environments around you impact you, right? If you don't actually believe that, you best start believing it. And also, you, the being you are, this human body, that your little spark of soul from the universal hive mind sent this little, the spirit came down and gave you a little spark of soul and enclosed it in the body you're living in, so you can have this human, experience. That being that you are, that you can completely manage 100%, you have total control of this being. You also impact the environment you're around. Your authenticity, this is new, this is coming through. Your authenticity is in such high demand right now. It is the most valuable skill you have. Bring it to every table, every moment, every situation that you can. Don't hide your light anymore. This is this is something that has been affecting me for a while now too. Is like, there was a moment in time where it was almost like a light bulb switch. There was a click, there was a snap, there was a switch. I don't know how you want to call it. But when this thing in me flipped, how like you change the calendar page, my calendar page changed. And it was like, whoop. And on the other side of that, I feel very differently about the ways I interact with people, objects, environments, and things. And I feel very differently about how those things interact with me. Boundaries are very important, guys. Know where your boundaries are. Practice it. It's not easy. The reason that it's important is that right now, you are the most important thing. And that's hard for a lot of people, especially the unselfish people, because the selfish people have already not listened to this video. They've already stopped listening. They've already carried on with their lives, or they're just not interested. Or they're just plain old NPCs, I like to call them. And those are soulless beings. And yes, I believe those are a thing. Or they're just not ready yet to hear of unity, of collaborativeness, of consensus towards a better way of living. They just want to be warmongers and greedy and attend to whatever they want. So the unselfish people, they need to learn to protect themselves from the selfish people, right? You probably know that intellectually, but if you're not already doing this in practice, this is your inner work. If you're not already doing it in practice, it's time to practice and get good at it. I know I am. Practicing, that is. I don't know if I'm good at it. But a technique I've been using that is helping me and may help some of you if you're struggling with this, as I am or have been, is it now takes me almost twice as long to get done things that I need to get done, because I have to retrain my brain how to process information coming in, information going out, I'm very attentive to how all of this is happening. And what that attention essentially means is I'm paying attention where it counts closely. I'm present. I'm present with this task I'm doing. I'm present with this person I'm conversing with. I'm present with myself, you know? I'm present with this animal I'm petting or feeding. I'm present with this unpleasant task I'm doing, like changing a baby diaper, or cleaning out a cat box, or weeding a very overgrown garden, whatever it is. And instead of being emotionally affected, particularly emotionally way, by this unpleasant task I'm doing, I'm going to be happy and present while I'm doing that task. And that's what I'm doing. That's making a difference for me. It's very hard, guys. It's not hard because we're not good enough, and it's not hard because we're bad people. It's not hard because we're sinners. No, none of this is true. It's hard because the Matrix is making it hard, and we have to push through in authenticity. If you're going to be authentic, as we are being called to be, you have to be present. You know, you've got to be present in the moment, and the answers will come through because you'll do what I'm doing right now, which is allowing yourself to commune with the higher mind. Because somewhere within that collective energy, there's an answer to every problem. There's a solution to every difficulty. And every time we tap in and every time we use that pathway, is a good way to put it, because I want to create a visual in your mind. Every time we create this pathway to the higher mind and back, it's sort of like, you know how it takes like 3 weeks to create a habit kind of thing? And do you know that that actually creates like grooves in your brain or something like that? Like physical tracks in your brain. Like, I do this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like that. So you're doing that for your energy field. That's why you have to practice it. Like, it's such a simple idea, but it's so important. It's time to practice being a really good person, guys. But be good to yourself first, you know? Practice being a really good person. Don't yell and scream in traffic. I know, I do it. Don't be mad at yourself when you can't figure something out. Don't get so upset with your children when they're struggling with something, or when they see the world very differently than you, because they do see the world very differently from you. It's not the same world, and that's why. It's not the world that you grew up in as a child. So you may have been a child once, yes, so you can relate to what it is to be a child, but the world and how you saw it then and how they see it now, very different. In fact, their DNA is different now than your DNA was when you were born, and that's because of you and all of the hard work you've done. Because you are not a body with a soul in it. You're a soul who is using this body. So guess what? You have 100% control over it. And that's a pretty deep one, so I'm not really going to take that on the big deep dive. That could go on a big deep dive. Maybe another time. But anyway, I think that was good, though. I think that's enough information for now. And I am going to grab myself some coffee because we're gonna have a new grandson tomorrow, and so we are on kid watch tonight. Yay, I'm the granda. So we're about to have a really, really fun couple of days, guys. And as soon as I've got more time and maybe on my next ride home on Monday, I will jump back on here. And I hope you enjoyed it. I wasn't able to edit or view it, or I don't know. My hair looks crazy. I don't know, but be blessed. Thank you. Namaste. How do we stop being live? I don't have my glasses on. I'm gonna be live forever, guys. I'll be live forever. I said goodbye. I said good day. Can anybody tell me how to get out of this? Oh, X maybe? Yep, I found it. Okay, bye for real. Bye.